January 26, the Republic Day. It was this day in the year 1950, India emerged as the largest democratic republic. The day written Constitution of India came into existence. Her free citizens came fully out of the shadows of India's colonial past. The Republic Day is a mirror reflecting journey of great ancient civilization, rising and carving its place among the global powers, showcasing its rich and unmatched cultural diversity. Rajesh Shripati Kulate is preparing for his third Republic Day. This first-generation soldier is tasked with commanding the men who will give 21-gun salute when the national anthem is played.
जब मैं छोटा था उस टाइम पे जो है टीवी के ऊपर जब ये परेड चलता था तो टीवी के अंदर जो भी मतलब चीज़ें हो रही है, जैसे परेड कोई मार्च हो रहा है, कोई प्रदर्शन वगैरह हो रहा है, इसके अंदर कोई गन्स दिखा रहे, जो हमारा परेड वगैरह जो मार्च हो रहा है उसके अंदर जो भी हमारे कंटेनमेंट्स दिखाई दे रहे, उनको देख के अजीब सा लगता था कि यार काश हमें भी ऐसा करने का मौका मिलता। और आज जो है भगवान ने हमें मौका दिया है और हमने उसका पूरा जो फ़ायदा उठाया। मैं जब स्कूल में था उस समय पे हमारे गांव में जो ग्राम पंचायत रहती है वहाँ पे ये परेड तकरीबन चलता है, तो उस समय से मुझे एक दिल में रहता था कि यार मैं भी काश ऐसा कोई बड़ा परेड जो है अटेंड करूँ और यहाँ पे मुझे ये परेड अटेंड करने का मौका मिला।
The two-day celebrations of the inauguration of the Indian Republic in Delhi culminated in a grand reception at the local...
The fabulous procession of Republic Day parade goes back to the year 1950. What began as a ceremonial procession at National Stadium, following the oath-taking of India's first president, Dr. Rajat, the parade is today a casket of India's history, culture, the colors of a soil, and sacrifice of her brave sons and daughters.
Gandhi ji held the flag, the national flag, which has charkha on it. It was decided that January 1930, the last Sunday of January will be the Purna Swaraj Day or the complete Independence Day. 1930, exact 20 years before the 26th January was celebrated, Purna Swaraj Day was declared to be the 26th January, as 26th January was the last Sunday of January. So 26th January 1930 became the Purna Swaraj or the complete Independence Day.
For Amita Paliwal, a history professor in Delhi University, the Republic Day parade evokes multitudes of memories.
Republic Day means when I was a kid, sitting in front of my black and white TV with my father, my mother, and like three of our sisters. We used to sit in front of the TV and we used to have all the munchies, you know, so that we don't have to get up while the Republic Day parade is going on. So it was like we were more curious to see the different tableaus of different states and which state gets the first prize.
Evoking deep sense of history and nationalism, the first event of Republic Day is marked by wreath-laying ceremony by Prime Minister at Amar Jawan Jyoti. The memorial of India's brave who fought and laid their lives for her safety, splendor and honor. While thousands watch parade at India Gate lawns every year, millions are glued to the television sets, starting the day early. It's here Komal G.B. Singh, a veteran commentator, has a task at hand. to make sure all those watching the parade away and far in any part of the world don't miss out on the action.
It was late 80s. There was a lot of festivals of India program, and I started doing live commentaries even from abroad, and then I was invited to do the Republic Day commentary. And from then till now, the common thread has always been, like you say, responsibility, but I would say more teamwork, because it's a huge effort by Doordarshan, by the team, by the technical staff, by the administrative staff. So I think I'm only a small appendage to the whole scenario. It's the parade that, with its standards of excellence and portraying India in every facet of excellence.
Doordarshan has some of the best cameramen, some of the best producers, the most experienced people in the profession, I will say, are in Doordarshan, and all of them are deployed. They could be in Bangalore, they could be in Bombay, or wherever, and Doordarshan gets the best of professionals into this team for covering the Republic Day.
For Regimental Havaldar Major Kulate, the Republic Day parade is also about balance and tandem, discipline and respect. It's for this day he and his mates from artillery unit have been preparing for months.
हम लोग पिछले 2 महीने से इसका जो है प्रैक्टिस कर रहे हैं। प्रैक्टिस के अंदर जो हमारे जो गन्स है, जो एक गन्स है उसके अंदर हमारे 3 मेंबर्स रहते हैं, 3 गनर्स रहते हैं। उनमें से एक नंबर 1 रहता है, दूसरा जो है नंबर 2 रहता है और एक रहता है नंबर 3। तो इनका हर एक का अपना अपना जो काम है या अपना जो रोल है वो अलग अलग है। तो जैसे कि अगर हम फॉर एग्जांपल लेते हैं नंबर 1, तो नंबर 1 जो है उनका काम है गन्स को लोड करना। अगर नंबर 2 की बात करते हैं तो उसका काम है ब्रिज को ओपन करना। और नंबर 3 की अगर बात करते हैं तो आपने देखा होगा जब हम यहाँ से फायर का आदेश देते हैं या किसी गन को जब नॉमिनेट फायर का आदेश देते हैं तो उस समय पे गन को फायर करने का रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी है वो नंबर 3 का रहता है। तो इसके लिए हम काफ़ी सारा प्रैक्टिस करते हैं। पिछले 2-3 महीने से हम लोग यहाँ से प्रैक्टिस कर रहे हैं इसका, और फिर इसमें आपस में तालमेल होने के बाद जो है हम फाइनल स्टेज पे हम पहुँच जाते हैं।
While each passing minute of the parade will rush Kulate and his unit's adrenaline, inspiring to give him best, it's away from this setting that those moments of hard work becomes memory for many.
There was one thing again in the Republic Day parade as a kid that fascinated me was army people, the army persons, the men in the uniform. And that time I did not have this thing of becoming a professor. I always wanted to be either an IAS officer, or if not IAS officer, then an army officer. So that charm of wearing a uniform was always there, and that probably came from that Republic Day parade, like the way they used to show their stunts, the weapons, the show off of their weapons, their crisp uniform, the way they marched hand in hand, and the body movements. So it was like so fascinating for me. Though I could not wear the uniform, but I definitely a man in the olive green. So that is what makes making like my dream come true. And then he promised me that he'll take me to Republic Day parade, show me live.
After laying the wreath and paying homage at Amar Jawan Jyoti, the action shifts to Rajpath, where Prime Minister greets the head of armed forces, the Vice President and other guests.
All the members of the President's bodyguard are over 6 feet tall.
But what lifts up the fervour of celebration is the arrival of these colourful horseback escorts, the President's bodyguards, on the horizon of Rajpath.
President of India, the chief guest being received by the Prime Minister.
As the Commander-in-Chief of India's defence arsenal takes the dais, the tricolour is unfurled. Kulate and his men will lend the thunderous 21-gun salute for the national anthem.
I always say that for me to express a view on the parade and commentate on the parade is a little easier than to express my own emotions, because it really is overwhelming. It's absolutely overwhelming to be there. Every year, year after year after year, the butterflies in the stomach remain, you know. I still get goose flesh when the national salute plays and the 21 guns fire and, you know, the national tricolor is unfurled. I mean, those are such sacred moments, you know, that they're difficult for me to express. And I just go through the same emotions every year. Yes, there's a cheer in the crowd once again, and the big moment is here. President Barack Obama arrives at Rajpath.
The chief guest at Republic Day ceremony to have its significance. Over the years, these chief guests have been testimony of India's growing stature among the global powers. Being an integral part of the Republic Day telecast for nearly 3 decades, Komal Singh has been witness to those crucial moments.
The telecast is so awesome that what we need to do is really share facts. So for instance, let's say for the mechanized columns, you know, we would tell them a little about the equipment on display, right? Or later on in the flypast, or then names of contingent leaders, or the ceremony at the Amarjuman Jyoti. And of course the arrival of the president, or talking about the chief guest every time. So we are given the basic details by the Ministry of Defense in the form of a script. So which has the names, it has the background, it has the, the info. So we, at least I write, I write my own notes from that, I cull it. And the rest portion, the rest of the portion which is really live and which is not so factual, is capturing the ambience, the vista, the crowds, the people, the grandeur, you know. For instance, I always say this is one of the most magnificent vistas of the world. And it lends itself to the parade, or the parade lends itself to that stretch from Rashtrapati Bhavan till India Gate. And so I would think my role is very minor.
While Indonesian President Sukarno was chief guest at the first Republic Day, heads of state of France and Bhutan have had the great privilege of being the guest at Republic Day 4 times.
Hallowed ground of Rajghat in New Delhi.
UK's Queen Elizabeth in the year 1961. South Africa's epoch maker Nelson Mandela in 1995. Russian President Vladimir Putin in 2007. And lately US President Barack Obama have been among the chief guests. The leaders of erstwhile Soviet Union too had a distinction of being called a chief guest to the world's largest parade for 3 times. The list also includes China's Marshal Ye Jiang, who was chief guest in the year 1958.
Oh, I like Nelson Mandela. When he visited, it was like, I mean, to me, because I've always heard it that he was a great fan of Gandhiji. Yeah. So it was like, seeing the young Gandhi, seeing that incarnation of Gandhi. So because I'm always, he's always been my hero. Nelson Mandela's visit is what attracted me most. And also there was one more, like British Prime Minister John Major.
As preparations begin for 69th Republic Day, an extraordinary feat will be added to the annals of history. Heads of state of 10 ASEAN nations will be attending the celebrations as chief guests. Calling it unprecedented in India's history, Prime Minister Narendra Modi termed it a matter of pride for all Indians.
Leaders of 10 nations on that dais, along with our Honorable President, our Vice President, our Prime Minister, and the Defence Minister and other dignitaries. I think this is totally unique. This has never happened before. There's no doubt about that. Parade of 90 minutes. You have the leaders of 10 nations there watching our spectacular parade. So when you cover that, you are not only covering the parade, You got to capture their reactions, how they view us, and how they view what is going on Rajpath.
Well, in the recent past, I would say President Obama, because there was so much eagerness, you know, and so that was a nice event. There was a lot of cheer as he arrived, and as always, of course, there is when the chief guest arrives. But coming back to more importantly, I did want to mention that, you know, apart from television, I've done the commentary on location many, many times. That's for the Ministry of Defense. Now, why I'm bringing this in is because when you're doing a live commentary at India Gate, you know, you have instant feedback. So, you know, when you're talking about somebody and you will hear the instant applause, which we may not in our commentators' booth on television. And then, you know, you hear your voice resounding at India Gate. There's a different high to doing a live commentary. And it's a different, I would say, call when you're doing a commentary for television. And both have their really, really special moments.
हवलदार हंगपन दादा ने ऑपरेशन के दौरान 3 आतंकवादियों को अकेले ही मार गिराया.
Besides the colors and celebrations, the parade is also a somber occasion. Each year, India's brave and martyrs are honored by the President.
I always call it, somehow, I just like to refer to it, it's like the sound of silence. You know, even if you have that commentary, there have been times when I know the presidents have been moved to tears. And I think once I remember very clearly, was it Dr. Shankar Dayal Sharma? He was just not able to look at the widow for long, you know, and turned away. Now, those are very, very poignant moments, or when the widow comes, or the father of the posthumous awardee. It's soul-stirring, because when you hear the citation and of what that person did, it can only leave you speechless. And I think that's why I like to refer to it as the sound of silence in tribute to the martyrs.
और इधर बहुत चुस्ती से सलामी मंच के सामने मैकेनाइज्ड इन्फेंट्री रेजिमेंट का दस्ता.
So far, only 21 personnel have been honored with Paramveer Chakra, 14 of them posthumous, and 83 with Ashok Chakra, 57 of them posthumous.
कई वीरता सम्मान अर्जित किए हैं. इनका आदर्श वाक्य वीरता और विश्वास.
जब ऐसी कोई बात होती है तो पहले बात तो हमें सबसे बड़ा फख्र होता है कि हमारा एक साथी जो है इस देश के लिए शहीद हुआ है. उन्होंने देश के लिए अपनी जान दी है. तो ये हमारे लिए बहुत ही बड़ी फख्र की बात है और हमें बहुत ही गर्व महसूस होता है इस चीज़ का.
Ever so endearing and oh so talented.
It's a celebrated day for India's brave children to be awarded before millions.
I was a very shy, very coward kind of a kid. So that, those brave kids were somewhere like my heroes, in the childhood. And I used to think that I should do something, I should also come on that Republic Day parade. I should do something. As a result of which, in my 10th and 11th standard, I joined this Taekwondo team. And I thought I'll do something and I'll come on the TV and they will show me on the Republic Day parade. This is something which is, there's a kind of pain is still in my heart, because I told my father that I'm selected in Taekwondo team and I'm going to come on that RD parade. So he said that you are in 12th standard and your studies are more important. I can't compromise with your distinction. I can't compromise with your result, because for Republic Day parade, the entire January you have to be in Delhi. And you can't afford to miss entire month when you have your boards. So some other time, probably, but not this time. So I lost that only opportunity to be on the Republic Day parade and to be a part of that parade, to be one of the kids amongst those brave and, the very jubilant and very enthusiastic kids.
As the parade kicks off on 5-kilometer-long route, contingents of Indian Defence Forces, paramilitary forces and police forces marches past Rajpath, taking the President's salute. These Jawans will be among those privileged ones this year. Each year, best cadets and Jawans are chosen to represent their unit.
हम जो 21 गन शॉट्स का जो प्रोग्राम करते हैं या 21 गन शॉट जो देते हैं उसके अंदर जो टाइम है वो 52 सेकंड का है और इस 52 सेकंड के अंदर हम जो है 2.6 सेकंड का जो है इंटरवल मेंटेन करते हुए 21 गन शॉट की जो है कार्रवाई कंप्लीट करते हैं। तो इसके लिए हमें काफ़ी सारी मेहनत करनी पड़ती है, 2-3 महीने से जो इसका लगातार प्रैक्टिस करना पड़ता है, क्योंकि यहाँ इस जो आप देख रहे हैं यहाँ पे हमारे 7 गन्स है और 7 गन्स के अंदर टोटल जो है 21 हमारे गनर्स है। इनके अलावा हमारे साथ में और जो हमारी वॉच है या हमारा बोर्ड है या जो हमारे ऑपरेटर्स है, इनको तकरीबन मिला के हमारे 27 की तक की जो नफरी यहाँ पे गन पोजीशन के अंदर रेडी रहती है। तो इनके साथ में आपस में कोऑर्डिनेशन करना है, तो इसके लिए हमें जो है काफ़ी ट्रेनिंग करने की जो है ज़रूरत पड़ती है। हर एक चीज़ को बार बार समझाना पड़ता है, प्रैक्टिस करने के बाद दोबारा उसका जो स्टडी करना पड़ता है। स्टडी करने के बाद उसमें से अगर कोई पॉइंट्स हमें अगर मिल रहे तो वो दोबारा वो पॉइंट्स नोट डाउन करके जो है उस गनर्स को या जो भी बंदा वहाँ पे जो काम कर रहा है उसको जो हमें वो पॉइंट्स दोबारा समझाना पड़ता है और उस प्रकार से हम उसको ट्रेन करते हैं।
और अब हमारी संस्कृति को दर्शाती विभिन्न राज्यों की झांकियां।
After the men in uniform, it's turn of colorful tableau to enrich the parade. Binding one of the largest ethnically diverse nation into one, they also reflect the journey of one of the oldest civilizations. The tableau represents the idea of India, dreamed by the founding fathers and efforts of each generation since then.
Sometimes the village scenes, sometimes a landscape of a city, and sometimes some very peculiar thing of a particular state is shown on that tableau. Definitely, India is a land which has multi-cultures, multi-religion, and a variety of food, variety of even wildlife. And that is all depicted on the tableau. So it's like, if you haven't seen India, you please see Republic Day Parade and see all the states' tableau and how they are represented, how beautifully they decorate. Each and every minute detail they go into preparing that.
The Republic Day is also a grand occasion in states across India. After over 25 marching and mounted contingents, various military vehicles, 20 military bands, 30 cultural tableau and military aircrafts, it's turn of the artists, cultural performers and school children to bid adieu to undoubtedly the most spectacular ceremonial parade in the world.
You know, the marching contingents are absolutely superb because they sort of signify excellence in every aspect, in tradition, in discipline, in training, in impeccably, they're impeccably uniformed. And it gives you just such a sense of pride when you see them go by in such immaculate precision. And I love the music. I just love the martial music and the military music that the bands play. And, you know, the instruments glistening in the sun and those lovely visuals that are captured now and then. And I really can't choose a favorite part of the parade, you know. Everything is absolutely spellbinding, especially the fly past. Yeah, that's very, very awesome and very close to my heart also. And so when those planes touch the sky with glory and, you know, everything culminates on such a grand scale, it's really difficult to pick out your favorite parts.
For the crew at the national broadcasters, it's time to reflect on the months of hard work.
It's an amazing feeling because, as I said, this is the biggest parade we hold as a nation, and this is such a big responsibility given to Doordarshan. So as Chairman Prasar Bharati, I am always elated when soon after the parade is over, I keep getting all these messages from viewers as to how good the coverage was.
These rows will be filled, lawns will be packed, and this long Rajpath done with unparalleled skills of our armed force personnel and a display of diversity, as the Republic will march on this day every year. It will also be the day for a citizen to add to the cascade of memories once again.
Something here, it swells with pride that yes, I belong to this, I belong to these people, I belong to this country. So that sense of pride, that sense of being an Indian is I have, I've seen as a kid watching Republic Day, and then now being with the man in the uniform. I feel it every day.
For a commentator to take the minute-to-minute details of a fabulous national event across the households,
it means the excellence of India in all its dimensions. It means my freedom, my dignity, that of every human being in India, in the country. And it gives me a sense of awe and a sense of pride for having been born in this very, very special country called India.
And a Jawan to look ahead and prepared in the service of his motherland.